Hi everybody, it's John Repeat here. Welcome to my channel, John Repeat, where I react to absolutely iconic albums on repeat. It has been a while since I've posted a video, and I'm going to be completely transparent. I wasn't sure if I should continue doing this. I mean, I was worried about copyright. I was worried about like, is there any point? Because I'm not going to be able to monetize my channel and all this stuff. But I really like listening to music. I really like analyzing music and just learning about things. And I think that it's just going to be a really good hobby for me. So yeah, just a disclaimer. I do not have any, will in the world to steal anyone's music or anything like that. This is all just for appreciation and love for these artists and just understanding a bit more about their bodies of work. So yeah, and also all my opinions are my own. So there's no, what's the word? There's no, not weight to them, because I do think my opinions are important, as are everybody's, but I'm just talking out. I'm just saying whatever I want. So don't take it personally. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so the next album I will be listening to on my journey, it is Suicide by Suicide. Now, this is like 1977 punk from New York. So again, this is not my genre. I am into all the pop girlies, but that's okay. We're learning, we're growing, and I'm interested. Interestingly enough, I was researching about this album, found out like The National and also Arcade Fire are influenced by Suicide. So clearly there's a link there. Apparently this album was so good because it was very avant-garde at the time. It had a very menacing sort of sound and production. So I'm kind of a little bit like, okay, let's see how that goes. Apparently it's very like avant-garde, very experimental, and it was just a really influential album at the time. So I'm really excited to hear this. So without further ado, let's start. So the first song will be Ghost Rider. Let's just see what this is all about. Okay. Okay, I can tell that this album's probably not going to be for me, but I am open-minded and, it's clearly a very good album, so I want to appreciate that. So let's carry on. I've got an open mind. Okay. He's looking so cute. I know what they mean about it. It sounds a bit unsettling to me. I think it's the guitar and the okay. Vocals are interesting as well. They're very punk. They're very not what I'm used to. But I'm liking it. Hey baby baby, he's looking so cute. I love a little bit of like, because the male's obviously singing about like a man. It's very gay. I like that. So Ghost Rider is that's kind of like where you like ride in the dead of the night, and that conjures an image of kind of like being, almost like death, and like a deadly spectral image. And hey baby baby, he's ablazing away like the stars in the universe. So it's like he's like living fast, riding into the night. It conjures like a very reckless image. Yeah, I mean, again, like America is killing its youth, because like punk's all about like anti-establishment, right? Like it's all about like sort of countering these like systems and like narratives in society and actually holding a microscope up to them and going like, what the hell is this? Hey baby baby, he's screaming the truth. America's killing its youth. this is an entrance to the album. Are they like the Ghost Riders? Are they the ones who are going to be saying all this? Maybe. Like the hums are also very interesting. It just sounds very like, makes me feel really uneasy. So the next one is Rocket USA. Again, that's linking back to like the lyrics in the previous song Ghost Rider. So we shall see what this is about. The way that the thing from that line is very, it causes anxiety, honestly. So Rocket Rocket USA shooting on down the highway, TV star riding around in a killer's car. It's 1977, whole country's doing a fix. Is that in relation to like the drug problem, like in like the US at the time, and like that sort of that sort of part of the society? I don't know. But like also, is that a comment on like US culture? The fact that it's like a rocket going at the speed of light, shooting down the highway. It makes a reference to TV stars as well. So like the sort of vapid shallow culture of the US and riding around in a killer's car. And so it's like the almost kind of like the death of America in society in a way, and the way that it's like harming youth. That's how I would interpret it. But yeah, I like the way it's able to convey that feeling, and it's interesting because the music I listen to is very happy. It's very bubbly. It's very femme. It makes me feel like confident and powerful. So I never really listen to music that makes me feel anxious because I feel like that for free, honey. But I really admire the effects there and how it really cultivates this sort of uneasy narrative. Again, they love that thing. They love they love that cute. I like as well how the vocals are kind of like, they're really the way that it's been mixed, it sounds very like desolate. The vocals, they sound very like on their own. There isn't a lot of, it's just like the beat and the effects on the vocals, but it almost makes it feel like lonely, the way that he's singing this like certain death and like this live fast die young message. Coupled with that, it just makes it really like sad and unsettling. Sounds like an ambulance. And then you just got this like consistent like down and through the whole song. And you've got all the background effects sort of amplifying, creating this further tension. See, 100 miles per hour, gonna crash, gonna die, and I don't care. It's self-destructive. I mean, it's interesting because like the past, like this was in 1977, and the way that American culture changed, even in the last like 20 years from that point, it is like a rapid change. And so in a period of change, there's often a lot of uncertainty. So, you know, this idea that like I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna die, and I don't care, it's maybe a reflection of how society at the time is moving so quickly and so fast and haven't got the most healthy habits, and almost at the death of American culture, and that people don't really care about it. Okay, so the next one is Sheree. Okay, we love the organ. It sounds very church-like almost. It sounds very biblical. That did kind of sound a bit like Austin Powers, baby. Like, it kind of sound like Austin Powers there. Interesting. I'm sorry, I just can't get that out of my head that it's just Austin Powers. Anyways. Comic book fantasy. Okay. I think this is interesting because it kind of gives an understanding of the mindset of the narrator. I mean, the previous songs were quite like reckless and very like live fast, die young. And again, this idea of like comic books that are always seen as very like juvenile. The narrator's like projecting on a fantasy onto this Sheree person. I don't really know who it is. I don't know if Sheree is supposed to represent something in American culture, if it's just a muse or what. But yeah, I think it's interesting. It shows like the sort of state of mind of the narrator. I like the little it sounds like chimes almost. It sounds very like enchanting, like there's like a different world they want to be in together. Shut the door, baby. So there's clearly some like sexual chemistry there. Okay, Austin. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. That's that energy as well. My black leather lady, again, very sexual. There's like obviously the kink and stuff like that. Okay, so that was Sheree. The next one is Johnny. So let's have a listen to see what that's all about. Also, I'm Johnny. This is about me. Yeah, Johnny. He's cruising the night looking for love. He's looking so mean. He's feeling so tough. That's me. That's me after work when I want to get some dates. Yeah, even like the echo of like the Johnny, like it just sounds very like ghostly and spectrally, like death, honestly. So are those different vocals coming from different sides of the? It almost sounds like it's like circling around him. Maybe Johnny is the person in the Ghost Rider. And all of the vocals are overlaying. I like that. Brilliant. So the next one is Girl. Girl, turn me on. Can't relate. I mean, one thing I will say about this album is very cohesive. They've got the continuous sort of like these riffs like going throughout the songs. Like they all do sound of the same family, and they're all about like hedonism and like just like sexual energy and just like fuck it. Very punk. Back at it again with this organ thing. That kind of sounds familiar in a way. I have heard, I don't know if it's coming from this, but I've heard those sort of like motifs within like other songs. Not really again my genre, but yeah, it sounds familiar in a way. They really went crazy with this organ. They were just like, let's just do it. Let's just have a jam and see what happens. Okay. I guess the modern equivalent would have been Body by Megan Thee Stallion. It's giving him that. He kind of sounds like He also kind of sounds like Elvis. Oh, wait a minute. Like Cher. Imagine doing this live. Interesting. So that was Girl. So the penultimate one is Frankie Teardrop. Let's see what this is containing.
Frankie Teardrop, 20-year-old Frankie. He's married, he's got a kid, and he's working in a factory. He's working from 7 to 5.
So, Frankie Teardrop, I don't know if the teardrop represents, like, if obviously just being upset and crying or whatever, or, like, I know sometimes people in prison, they have, like, teardrop tattoos. I don't know if it's related to that, but that's just, like, the image that I see in my mind. One thing I like about this album is the lyrics aren't very complicated. They're very to the heart of the point and to the point. And, I mean, this is, like, what punk is about, right? It's, like, criticizing society and criticizing the systems that we're in. And it's like 20-year-old Frankie, he's married, he's got a kid, and he's working in the factory, he's working 7 to 5, he's just trying to survive. This is for all of the Frankies in the world who are just struggling to make ends meet at this time.
But Frankie can't make it, 'cause things are just too hard. All I tears for Frankie.
The way that the voice is, I don't know if it's edited or if it's just the way he's singing it, sounds so clear but also unsettling and unnerving. And that's exactly it. Like, Frankie can't make enough money, Frankie can't buy enough food, Frankie can't make it. Does that mean kind of like from a creative standpoint or just generally in life? Probably maybe even both. Frankie's getting evicted. Let's hear it for Frankie. Like, even thinking about like the way that the lines, they don't rhyme, and it doesn't, like, it kind of emphasizes all the different points because it all sounds so stark next to each other. And yeah, as I said, this is what punk's about, right? Just like calling shit out for how it is, and things shouldn't be this way. And there's such a long pause here between all the lyrics again, so for that exact reason. For that exact reason, that unsettling, it's scary. Like, he'll just like randomly sing these like lines or words, and because there's not like that rhythm to it in the same way as like lyrically, it means that every single lyric stands out on its own. That's like doors closing. It's just... Oh my god. It's almost like you can hear like the screams, like and the commotion. And like when you're anxious, like you can't really hear everything. It's just sort of things swimming around your head. That's kind of what I feel from this. It's like a scream of horror and just anger. Oh my gosh. Sounds like flies as well, like the or again like the rushing of the cars, like the Ghost Rider. Frank, like we're all Frankies, and that's exactly the point. Is that it's a really tough time in America right now, according to this, and it was. So yeah, it's saying we're all Frankie. I'd say probably that was the most unsettling song I've heard on this journey of the albums, on this Rolling Stone journey. But I admire the commitment to that feeling and the way that it's been done. Would I necessarily listen to that like on my way out? Maybe not. But I admire it. So the final one is Shay or Che. We shall see how to pronounce that. Again, organ, very cohesive. Is it an organ? I don't know. It sounds like an organ. It's Che. Yeah.
Said he was a saint. But I know he ain't.
So, do red stars mean communism? Is this Che Guevara? I don't know how to... Yeah, Guevara. He was like a Marxist person. I don't know if it's to do with him. But it's an interesting concept as well in terms of like this idea that when you die, you're remembered sometimes in the best way. And so the way that society can misconstrue people and personalities, the whole world lied and said he was a saint, but I know he ain't. It's interesting, and I think that's a broader commentary on society, the way that society perceives certain figures and people, and not actually for like the whole of who they are. It sounds like his last name when he says that. Is it supposed to be? I don't know. Yeah, the hooray hooray sounds like his last name. I don't know if it is him though. Please in the comments let me know what is, who it's about specifically. Like that. Towards the end. Sounds like a plane. The effects. Or like a chopper. Okay, so that was it. So that was Suicide by Suicide. Overall, I like this album. Would I necessarily listen to this like if it wasn't for this Rolling Stone challenge? Probably not, but I do appreciate it. I think the way that they used the vocals and the effects made it very unsettling and unnerving, which was the goal. I think it commented on society and specifically US culture and how it's all going to shit at the time. So yeah, I really appreciate that. And I think that Shay was an interesting end, showing the way that society will exalt some people and the sort of lack of critical thinking that society has towards certain figures. And yeah, I did like that. That was definitely the most unsettling album I've heard on this journey so far. But if you would like to see me continue this journey, then please like and subscribe. And just, comment, something positive, something fun. And if you've got any suggestions outside of the Rolling Stone Challenge, any albums you'd like me to listen to, then please let me know. And until next time, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.